Hey everybody, and welcome to another Sol Speaks Q&A session. I don't even remember what number this is, but I'm just gonna wait for you guys to show up. It has been a weird day today. Sensei got his balls chopped off, had some fucked up shit with the fan. Yeah, so it's been an interesting day. Hello. Haven't really had anything to eat today. I apologize if I'm a bit grumpy. I get grumpy when I don't eat, and I haven't really had a chance to eat anything today. Which is why I'm having a can of fucking root beer. Just load up on sugar. Hello. I was just saying, today's been a weird day. Today. Because, yeah, I had to get up early to drop off Sensei to get his balls chopped off. Or, whatever. Get the seminal fluid producing tissue cut out of his body. Yeah, Sensei's fine. He's over there in the corner drinking some water. He was cuddling with Kumo a little bit earlier, and he's eaten fine, hasn't thrown up or anything, so he seems okay. If I had a penis, would I chop it off? No. As long as it wasn't vestigial, like, it was just there for no reason. If I had a dick that actually worked, I wouldn't chop it off. Why would I do that? Dicks are fine. They are... I mean, they make a lot of bad decisions, but dicks are fine. How's my week been? Interesting. It has been interesting. Snickers actually make me feel kind of sick if I eat them and I haven't eaten anything else. It's just a lot of sugar and nougat and nuts and shit. Do I plan on reviewing fan fictions? No, why? I'm not really a fan of fan fictions. If someone wrote a fan fiction about me, I'd be stoked, but I wouldn't review it. I might do a live reading of it at some point for, like, patrons or something, but, no. I'm really, really not a fan of fan fictions. I really don't like them at all. Still trapped in the room? Yep. And now my cats are trapped, too. Sensei's... What are you doing? I think he's still tripping balls a bit from the anesthetic. Yeah, I think Sensei's still tripping balls a bit. What are my thoughts on anime in general? It's repetitive as fuck, but I love it regardless. It tells much more enjoyable, mature stories than cartoons. I love the animation quality despite the repetition in the style of animation. And I like that animation is embraced by Japan's culture. As opposed to being seen as just kids' shit. Do I like swimming? Oh yeah. What balls can he trip? That's true. I love swimming. Oh my god. It was like my favorite thing to do when I was like 12-ish. No, it was before the arm thing. Yeah, like when I was 10, 11. God. Fuck. I loved swimming. I still love swimming. I just don't really have a chance to do it anymore. I have no stamina anymore. It tires me out too fast. So, will my next review be another Spielberg cartoon? Yes. Also, I'm aware my camera is lagging a little bit. Apparently, XSplit's having problems with NVIDIA software, so it's causing freezing a little bit, so I apologize. It's not you guys, it's my camera. It's fucking up a little bit, so... Yeah, XSplit's just being like that. Will I review Sword Art Online? Well, I hate Sword Art Online, so I don't think people are gonna enjoy that review. Yeah, I get that a lot. I get it way too much. I've been asked why I call my channel EyeofSol so many times. I'm really sick of telling the story. What is my favorite Adult Swim show? It's probably Rick and Morty, although for, like, non-story-based ones, it's definitely Robot Chicken. I love Robot Chicken. I will review Kubo and the Two Strings eventually. Thoughts on zodiacs? You mean, like, the zodiac symbols? Well, I'm a Leo, because I was born in August. I don't know. I mean, basing your life off of them, much like horoscopes, is a bit silly. But I like the idea of zodiacs. I do. No, I haven't watched Elements yet. Favorite Drawn Together episode? It's probably Secretes in the Closet. A very special Drawn Together PSA. Or After School Special. That one's fucking hilarious. I haven't seen Linkara's new video yet. I haven't watched him yet. Would I ever do another Gorillaz review? I don't know. I don't want to do too much. Although definitely once their TV show comes out. If I'm still alive and reviewing at that point, for sure, I'm going to do a review on them. Like, no question. I really am stoked for that TV series. I think it's going to be cool. Why do I rank everything with eyes? Because the show is called EyeofSol. So the eyes, however many eyes it gets or how many eyes you, like, turn onto it. It's whatever. It's because stars is like, I'm sick of stars. Did I enjoy Humans? No. I just really liked Saturn's bars. Like, I listened to Andromeda and We Got the Power and everything. I enjoyed them a few times, or I listened to them a few times, and I don't know, it wasn't as good to me. I re-listened to Plastic Beach and Demon Days, and there's a couple songs that I didn't really like before, but I liked them the second time around. I haven't been watching Steven Universe for a while, so no. Yeah, 2D is my favorite of the Gorillaz, or of Gorillaz. He is adorable. Just a peppermint tea for me. It's so fucking cute. Like, he's just easy. Like, I know a lot of people have a crush on 2D, which is a bit weird to me, but I think he's adorable. His voice is so not matching his voice, or his speaking voice doesn't match his singing voice at all. Would I go to a convention in the US? Yeah, if I could drive there. I'm really not into flying at all. Acapulco. I don't even know what's in Acapulco, so no. I've seen some of the new Samurai Jack season, but to be honest, everything was spoiled to me. So it's like, what's the fucking point? I know about the whole Ashi and Jack fucking goddamn piece of shit, oh my god, rip out my intestines romance. And no, I don't hate it because it's a straight romance, I just hate it because Samurai Jack doesn't need fucking romance. But I can't make an actual, like, informed opinion about it until I watch the episode. But it's been spoiled, so what's the point? So, yeah. Do I have a Power Ranger morpher? No, I'm not. I don't like Power Rangers at all. Do I like any live action stuff? Yeah. Some things. And yes, I dyed my hair back in January. No, I don't use Yeti.com. I use Redbubble for my shirts. Redbubble's pretty cool. Monster was on my list for a long time. I've never been to Universal Studios or Disneyland. Theme parks are seriously not my thing at all. I don't like going to a big, sweaty, smelly, open-air human farm where people are throwing up and chugging down obscene amounts of sugar and grease. It's just not my thing. Yeah, the show is about a lone samurai fighting the ultimate evil. He doesn't need sidekicks, he doesn't need romance, it just needs to be Jack, his sword, and Aku. That's fucking it. They don't need to add anything else. It was perfect the way it was. If it hadn't ended the way it was, it would have literally been the perfect cartoon. You know who was the worst person who spoiled it? I'm gonna say it. It was the Rise and Fall of Nickelodeon's Facebook page. Now, I was buds with Clint for a little, well, I wouldn't say buds, I guess I was on speaking terms with Clint for a while. But his self-congratulatory attitude really started to get on my tits a lot, and I just stopped talking to him. Also, this is gonna sound a bit shit of me to say, a bit shallow, but he promised me that he would give me a shout out for my Adventure Time review, and then he never did. And when I asked him to, he's like, oh yeah, I'm just really busy, you know? And of course, the whole time he's shouting out, like, stuff with Scoutfly and Phantom Strider and everything, and it's like, I know he's friends with Phantom Strider too, and that's fine, but it's like, dude, okay, so why them, but not me? Why are you being a douche? So yeah, he spoiled everything for me on his page, and I'm just like, well, fuck. You know? Am I hyped for Rick and Morty Season 3? I was, But then I saw the first episode they released, and now there's like the 3-4 month hiatus, so it's like, I don't listen to Slayer. No. I'm not into like thrash metal so much. It's more symphonic metal, heavy metal, electronic metal, that kind of stuff. Mr. Bakshi is a funny man. He's a nice guy. Did I meet Linkara, Nostalgia Critic, or AVGN? No, I've never met them before. I would like to meet Linkara. I'd love to meet all of them, to be honest. Just to say hi. I wouldn't want to go like, oh my god, it's AVGN! He said shit a whole bunch! I don't fangirl like that. I would like to go and shake his hand and say thank you, James, Rolf, Mr. Rolf, whatever, for basically creating the YouTuber. He created the YouTuber, basically, and I would just want to shake his hand and thank him for that. I'd also like to congratulate him for his new child. Apparently he's going to have a second child, so I'd like to congratulate him on that as well. Just give him a good hearty handshake. So, yeah. With Nostalgia Critic, if I did meet him, I would like to also thank him, too. Give him a handshake. And, yeah. Just ask him a couple questions about editing, actually, if I could. Just, like, special effects editing. Just a couple questions, nothing serious. With Linkara, I would actually like to have a real discussion with him, because I just think he'd be a lot more fun to have, like, a long discussion with. But, yeah. I just wouldn't have anything to say to AVGN, but just thanks, man. You're the fucking man. You are a legend. What's the worst job I've ever had? I worked for 3 months at Leon's Furniture. It was the only job I've ever been fired from, because I had a severe panic attack there, and instead of helping me through a difficult time, the management just fired me instead. That was horrible. It was a horrible commission-only job, so no pay, unless I sold things. The management was fucking atrocious. They were micromanaging like crazy. My coworkers were nice. I liked them a lot, but it's like as soon as the store opened, the gossip train just became out of control because it was all like women in their late 40s, mid 50s. Yeah, so that was awful. Just I was like, the day I got fired, I went in and my manager was like, "So it's not working out, and I'm gonna have to send you home." And I'm just like, "Oh, well, thank God, because holy fuck, I hated this place." And they escorted me off the premises like I was gonna shoot up the place or something, but I was so happy to leave. So, yeah. I don't animate. Why does everybody think I animate this stuff? I put in the description very clearly that the animations are produced by different animators. I commission them. The only animations I've ever done are in Source Filmmaker, which I haven't used in like a year since I haven't had time. But yeah. Why would I bother reviewing Food Fight though? Like everybody knows it's bad. Everybody said everything about it. Nostalgia Critic did it. I Hate Everything's done it. JonTron did it. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of others I don't know about who did it. Oh yeah, I'm holding Bennett right now. Bennett the Tap Dancing Fingers. Oh shit. Anyway. So yeah, what would be the point of me reviewing Food Fight? I can't think of a single thing to say about it that nobody else has said. I didn't watch Cartoon Network as a kid. I didn't get that channel. So. BoJack Horseman, yeah, it's like tiny, it squeaks by. I'd say okay, BoJack Horseman is my favorite adult cartoon, and Gravity Falls is my favorite, like, kids cartoon. I know it's not really for kids, but, like, there's no swearing, no overt violence or anything like that. I saw Sausage Party. It was alright. Can I draw? No, I can't draw to save my life. Okay, whoa. Yeah, I have heard of Where the Dead Go to Die. Felidae is on my list. Loud House is on my list. I don't think anything about Teen Titans Go that hasn't already been shoved down my throat, because I've never actually really seen it. I know it's bad, but, I haven't actually watched a whole episode of it. Who would win in a fight, Steven or the Pines twins? Well, Steven would probably just cry about the whole thing, and Pines twins have a grappling hook and the journal and shit, so I'm gonna have to go with Dipper and Mabel. What will be my next Sol at the movies? I don't know. Whatever comes out next. I'm thinking, depending on what's out, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Captain Underpants, actually. I think that's the next animated movie that's coming out, so I'm pretty sure it's Captain Underpants. I know it's lame to do 2 DreamWorks movies in a row, but there's nothing else out. Like, there was one... How many shows and movies are on my list? A lot. Like, nearly 400. Whoa. Do I feel bad about the creators of Teen Titans Go because they get so much hate? No, I don't feel bad for them, because, well, I think maybe some people's hate is misdirected in some regard, but I don't think I feel bad for them necessarily. If you make a bad thing, then you're gone. You deserve it. Stream is fine. There was some dropped frames, but it's fine now. Is Sony Pictures Animation one of the worst animation studios out there? No, they're one of the most pandering, but I wouldn't call them the worst. Oh, fuck yeah. Do I feel bad for the voice actors? No. They still get paid. Have I read the Captain Underpants books? Yes. Not every single one, like, the newest ones I had never read, but I read up to, like, the one with the dinosaur, like the pterodactyl. I think there was one more after that I read, but my favorite one was always, oh, fuck. What was it called? Not the one with Professor Poopy Pants. The one after it. That one was always my favorite. I think it had a purple cover? Yeah, but I read them like fucking crazy when I was a kid. I loved Captain Underpants. And yeah, I'm gonna I think the reason why people, like... See, this is why I don't review half seasons or one episode of a thing before the others are out. Because it's like... Things change. You have to give them a chance to get started before you go around criticizing everything. So, yeah, and no, I wouldn't do a Sol at the movies on a live-action movie. Have you listened to my reviews? The rule is, if it's animated, I'll comment on it. The only way I'll ever do a live-action review is if it's Patreon-sponsored. And trust me, you gotta shell out a lot of money to get me to do that. My favorite cartoon character? Well, Dipper is one of them, for sure. But I have a lot, so it's hard to say. Ugh, it smells like pee in here. Sensei peed himself on the way home. What do I think of A Series of Unfortunate Events? Oh, I fucking love the books. They were huge inspiration for me, the books. Love them. I love Lemony Snicket's writing style. I like the characters. I like the conflict, the mystery. It's kind of like a book version of Gravity Falls to me. It's sort of like a precursor to Gravity Falls. And that's why I like it so much. But the movie was terrible, the one with Jim Carrey. And I haven't watched the live-action series with, what's his name, Neil Patrick Harris, because I swear to piss, the first time I heard the announcement about the show, I heard it being said it was going to be animated, and I was like, oh, fucking menorah shit pitch. Holy fuck, an animated Series of Unfortunate Events. And then it turned out to be live-action, and I was like, fuck. Do I think Illumination Entertainment is the worst major animated studio? No. Again, they make pandering stupid garbage, but they're not the worst. The worst is somebody like Video Bring Kato, or Quato, or whatever. And, oh fuck, what are they called? Well, no, they don't really make things. I was gonna say Bright Spark, but they don't really, like, make things. They more just repackage shit. Do I smoke pot? No, I don't do any drugs. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I don't even take medication, for fuck's sakes. Like, not even acetaminophen. I will load my body with grease and sugar until it's 300 pounds and completely circular. But I don't put any of that shit into my body at all. Would I say it's possible to watch Suzumiya Haruhi no Shoshitsu without seeing the anime first? I did say that at the end of my review, that I actually watched the movie first at a convention at Douglas College. I watched the movie, and I was like, oh my god, if this series is like this is gonna be the best fucking thing ever. And I watched the series, and yeah, it wasn't as good. But you know what, it's more fun if you watch the movie with all the references that you can get and everything, but it's still an enjoyable movie, even without understanding a single reference or anything like that. Characters are still enjoyable. It's still a good situation. So, yeah, I would say so. Any modern underrated... Okay, so I don't use underrated or overrated at all. Overexposed and underexposed for sure, but underrated and overrated. It just means you got burned by it, or it wasn't as good as you were expecting. So no. Do I watch Phaelus? No, I don't watch Phaelus, although I do know about him. Do I have journal number 3? No, I was gonna get it for Christmas, but I wanted to get the one with the black light, but I ended up spending my money on something not that, so, yeah. Will I review The Killing Joke? Yeah, eventually. Also, for anyone who can actually hear that, that's my downstairs neighbor doing something in the garage. Well, I've said repeatedly that Shiki, the anime series, and Mononoke, another anime series, are both criminally underexposed. And people just don't fucking watch them. They are amazing anime series. Like, Mononoke is literally the best anime series I've ever seen, and Shiki's not far behind. And yet nobody fucking watches them. It's really annoying. I haven't watched all of Avatar. I've seen some of it. So I don't know. Favorite animated villain? It's probably Lord Dominator. Also Judge Frollo. Oh man. I can definitely tell you one of my least favorite. The female Titan in the first season of Shingeki no Kyojin. Fucking hate her. Yeah, you know what? Those are probably some of my favorite outtakes too, especially the cups with the Angry Birds, because it was like, I was standing literally like 3 feet away from it, and I fucking missed. It was ridiculous. Nobody mentioned how I was wearing pink socks. I never wear pink, but I have like these socks that my mom gave me for Christmas. They're like super warm, so I was wearing them. Favorite graphic novel? You know what? It's Watchmen. I love Watchmen. Would I review Thundercats? It's on my list. Yeah. Let me think, though. I don't know. I can't really think of any other ones. Hi. Yes, I have heard of High School DxD. I know about it. You can pretty much guarantee that if it's mainstream in some way, I've heard of it. I'm not living under a fucking rock. I mean, I do get asked these questions about 40 billion times every 2 seconds, so yes. Pretty much if your question starts with have you heard of, the answer is yes. Yeah, I did see Islands. It was alright, but everyone was treating the twist like it was a huge deal, and it was like, you guys didn't predict that? You guys didn't predict the whole thing about the humans and Finn's mom and everything like that? It's like, are you mad? So yeah, it was exactly the way I thought it would be. It wasn't surprising at all. And yeah, it was alright. The most embarrassing video I've ever made? Well, that's fucking annoying. Probably the Pokemon the first movie review. Just because I spent way too long in that intro, over-explaining shit. The, couple of the Channel Frederator videos I've made are kind of embarrassing because not because of the thing, but because they sped them up like crazy. They chopped out all of my pauses to just appeal to the ADD, Twitch, over-caffeinated 12-year-old boy, things. Like, viewers. So yeah, those are kind of embarrassing, but that wasn't my fault. They literally butchered those reviews. Or videos, they weren't really reviews. Will I review SpongeBob? Yeah, eventually. I'd like to do a month-long event about it, but I'm not really sure how to go about it. So, yeah. My favorite Watchmen character is Rorschach, for sure. It was perfectly cast in the movie, too. And my favorite Watchmen moment is when Rorschach is telling the story about how he, like, became Rorschach, where he tells the story about the one who kidnapped the little girl and then killed her and burnt her body, and then he kills him. I thought that was perfect in the movie and perfect in the story, like the graphic novel. It was perfect both ways. Like, I know there's a lot of things about the movie that people don't like. I do think the movie is really good. Sure, it's basically a shot-for-shot remake of the book, but whatever, it works. Even the new ending, I think, still works, but in a different way. But the Ultimate Edition, the one with the whole Legend of the Black Freighter stuff thrown in, that just completely ruined it. Favorite DC character? Well, I've never seen every DC character, but my favorite, I guess, would be Nightwing. Yes, I have heard of Ratchet and Clank. Well, technically, Rick and Morty already crossed over with Gravity Falls in that very, very, very short Easter egg in Close Encounters of the Rick Kind with the portal opening and the cup and the pen and notebook flying through it. Yeah. I haven't seen the 2015 SpongeBob movies, so I don't know. I'd have to watch it. My favorite Animaniacs song? I really love Nations of the World. I really like Magellan as well, or the Ballad of Magellan. Hello Nurse is pretty good. Cartoon Individual's pretty good as well. Because I don't review things like that. I haven't spoken with Pi in quite a while. I would like to talk to him again, but like I said this before, I think I said it last stream, but it's becoming increasingly difficult to talk to other YouTubers right now because they just think I'm scrubbing. Like, it's terrifying to talk to the YouTubers I know because they just think I'm scrubbing, and it's like, I would like to scrub so I can get to 10k and then I can stop fucking scrubbing, but it's like, jeez. You know, can't I just have a conversation with you without thinking that I'm scrubbing? I think season 3 would have been my favorite. I stopped giving a shit about Friendship is Magic a while ago, though. My favorite Batman animated movie is probably Mask of the Phantasm. I've seen both that and Under the Red Hood, but it's been too long. I'd have to watch it again. Who were the animators who did my intro? So Pixel Flix did the 3D part with the cats. Colin Bird did the 2D parts. So the 2D one with the fireballs and the anime one. And Alejandro... Fuck, what's his last name? I don't remember his last name. It's in the description of every video, but Alejandro... I know his last name starts with a C, and I this feels shit at me, but I can't remember what his last name is. He did the stop motion part. He did the clay part. It isn't actually stop motion. It's 3D with clay textures. You were on Pi's stream a few hours ago? That's cool. I've had nosebleeds before. I actually had a serious one once and had to go to the hospital. Like, it just would not stop bleeding. That was fun. I had a pretty serious one, too, when I was sick in December. I was just sitting there playing Final Fantasy 15, and I'm like, this game's shit. And then I sneezed, and then my nose was bleeding for like 20 minutes. Why did I stop watching MLP? Because it was getting old, and I just wasn't interested anymore. No animation is easy. Okay, 3D animation is technically easier than cell 2D animation. It's a lot less work because you can use keyframes, whereas cell animation, you have to draw each cell individually. Yeah. I'm not a teen. I'll be 23 this year, in August. I would prefer to see a series of unfortunate events in animated form. I was really excited for that until I figured out it was live action. Any theme songs I couldn't get out of my head? No. I mean, I have a lot of songs I can't get out of my head, but theme songs, not really. Favorite animal? Cats. I love cats. Cats and owls and seagulls. I fucking love all animals. Seriously. And everyone's like, oh, you can't love animals if you eat meat. You have to be a vegan in order to love animals. And it's like, shut up. You can love animals and still eat meat. It's not like I personally am going up and slaughtering the cows. It's an industry. But whatever. How vulgar would I say I am in everyday life? I'm basically the same as on camera as I am in real life. I use my expletives as enhancements for my sentences. I don't just go around like, oh, so I was fucking talking to this fucking guy and he's fucking all like fucking and shit, and I was like, oh, bitch, what, fuck, what? You know, I don't do that. It was like, I went to this grocery store yesterday and I was grabbing a bag of chips, and I swear to God there was a woman there who I walked behind and she shit her pants. Like, shit them so bad that it made my lungs shrivel up and die. Just adds emphasis to the sentence, that sort of thing. I have been to Toronto. I've been to the top of the CN Tower. Actually, I did handstands on the glass floor. It was pretty, or bridges. I did bridges on the glass floor. That was pretty funny. Would I review The Simpsons? No, probably not. I said in my things I will never review that things with that many episodes are impossible for me to review. My favorite character on American Dad is Stan. Used to be Roger, but it's Stan now. Like, in the first 2 seasons, Stan just sucks ass, but afterwards he gets really interesting. I did hear about the Unikitty animated series coming, which is a really weird concept, but whatever. The worst animated series I've seen is Garbage Pail Kids, but remember, I've never seen all of them. So if you were to make a future cartoon series similar to Lion King but added your own elements to keep it from being a ripoff, do you think people would still throw a tantrum? Yes. Also, The Lion King is a ripoff of Hamlet, so everybody's ripping each other off, who cares? If it's not like Kimba, the White Lion, the other way around, if it's not like Lion King's ripping off of Kimba, if it's not theft of intellectual property, then you can do what you want. And if you have confidence in your creation, it doesn't matter what people say to you. It can hurt, but it can't let you stop you from doing the things that you want to do. I love steak, too. I had a steak for dinner last night. It was very, very, extremely, very tasty. You'd have to make the cartoon first. It would take longer than 2 weeks to binge watch One Piece. It would. Considering how many episodes it would have. If I spent every waking moment of my day watching One Piece, just until it was done, it would take about 2 months. So, yeah. The meanest comments I've ever gotten on videos, it doesn't matter to me. I keep a folder with them because I want to do the, for my Patreon, I want to do the, comment comeback type things. It's going to be called Sol Sees. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. So if any patrons are watching right now, I just haven't got around to doing it yet. I've had a lot of stuff to do, and I just haven't been able to make any extra things. I finally wrote the script for my Patreon trailer and everything, but I just haven't been able to get to it yet. My schedule is completely fucked right now. So, yeah. What was my first pet? My very first pet was some fish. we had fish since I was born, but the first mammal that we had was a gerbil named Zippy and another gerbil named Cuddles. Cuddles died early. I think he choked on something. I don't know, I was too young, but Zippy, it's a horrible story, but she got crushed by a rocking chair. Zippy was running around the house, and we were in my dad's old rocking chair, and Eric and I were like, yeah, woo! And Zippy ran under the chair, and we crushed her to death. And we didn't do it on purpose. We were like 3. Well, Eric was like 4. I was like 3. But yeah, it was seriously... We did not do it on purpose, but we felt so horrible. And then we had a hamster afterwards, Mr. Fuzzy Butt. He was gone in like 3 months. He was sick. He was very sick. And then we had more fish, and then a rabbit named Skittles, who was, again, very sick. I don't know, we had a habit of getting, like, sick animals, but we got him from a shelter, and we had to give him away to somebody who left him in a summer hutch in winter, and he fucking froze to death. We were so mad at the person who took him. And then we got Prince, who was our first cat, and he was a lovely, lovely little boy. And then we got Tigger, who we rescued from our fucking idiot neighbor, who was just gonna leave her for dead when they moved away, and she was covered in fleas when we got her. And then, yeah, Prince passed away because he had crystals in his pee, and it just wore him down to nothing, so he was put down because he was in so much pain. And then Tigger lasted a few years longer. She was with my mom after she moved out. But then Tigger developed, like, stones in her stomach, and she ended up having to be put down, too. And then I got Hanabi just before I moved into my own house. And then I later got Kumo. And then I later got Sensei. And now... and they're all healthy and happy. No stone stomachs, no crushing under chairs for them. They're happy little campers. I mean, Sensei's probably not too happy right now, but yeah. It's gonna be impossible to review every cartoon in existence. Pretty sure Roger would win. Brian doesn't have anything going for him. Roger can literally move so fast, he could just run, grab a gun, and shoot Brian in the head. Bob's Burgers is good, but the quality diminishes greatly with repeated viewings. Yes, I have heard of the Invader Zim movie, and I don't know if I'll review it or not. Jimmy Neutron... I like Jimmy Neutron. It's not perfect. The animation's creepy sometimes. But you know what? I think it's fun. I'd have to watch it again, though. It's been a while. How is Sensei doing? He's good. He's just touching his water bowl, playing with the water. He seems energetic, for the most part. So he's all good. Of course I love video games. I adore video games. Favorite Bob's Burgers character? Probably Bob. I haven't seen every episode, though. Do my cats act like little shits? All cats are little shits. They can be shits and you can still love them. Like, Kumo is a little shit sometimes. Like, he's pretty annoying sometimes. He's a little shit. He does shit things, but he's my sweetie and I love him. I mean, look at that. Pretty sure Aku would win over the Galra Empire. Galra Empire can't even fucking defeat Voltron. No, I'm not supposed to pick Sensei up right now, so no. I'm not gonna show you Sensei. So yeah, Kumo's a little shit sometimes, but I love him. He is my sweetie boy with a mustache. What's with the alliteration? I love alliteration. Oh, you Kumo. Sensei does not chew my posters, but I wouldn't put it past him, to be honest. Kumo is cute. He is my sweetie boy. His original name was going to be Chobi, because of his mustache. But then I'd have Hanabi and Chobi, so I named him Kumo. Cause he's a booch. He's my boochy boy. She's a little shoobity boo. Yeah, I made a post about that actually, cause I was working on, the Suzumi Haruhino Shoshitsu, or Yutsu episode, and I had to take a shit, so I went into the bathroom for like 10 minutes, and I came out and Sensei was sitting on my keyboard, sitting on the cut button, and he cut like an hour's worth of work from the video that I couldn't get back, because it kept auto-saving. And it was like, I was already in crunch time at that point, so it was like, fuck. Out of my cats, which one's my favorite? I couldn't possibly choose. I love them all. Hanabi's not very good with my other cats, but she's so soft, and she smells nice, and she's so cute. And Kumo is my little baby. He doesn't love anybody else but me, and Sensei's a snuggly, soft little fooch. And I love them all equally. Have I been on Newgrounds? Oh yeah, a long time ago, like 2005. I used to watch, sort of the proto-memes. Papa Smurf, can I lick your ass? Yeah, you can lick my ass, bitch. I used to watch that kind of stuff because it was edgy at the time. Also the, alphabet one. W, X, Y, and suck my dick, motherfucker! Come on! I'm gonna fuck you up! Yeah, I remember that. Do I like shaky cam? No, I get motion sick, so I don't like shaky cam at all. YTV was really good when I was growing up. I liked it a lot. It rebroadcast a lot of Cartoon Network stuff. Teletoon was my go-to one, though. That was my go-to channel. I used to watch the shitballs out of Teletoon. It had a lot of crap on it, but it was a good channel, and I never watched Family Channel. Ever. So, I remember Family Channel. It had Caillou and Maggie the Ferocious Beast, stuff like that on it, but I never watched Family Channel. Would I like to learn martial arts? Nah. I like to learn sword fighting. Is that the tail for my Kigurumi? Yes, it is. I couldn't sleep with it on. It was like crushing my coccyx, so I had my mom take it off because I don't know how to sew. So she took it off, and now my cats play with it. They play with a severed tail. Right, Kumo? You little booch? You like to play with this? Did I watch Kids from Room 402? You know what? I remember that, but I don't think I watched it. What do I think of Seth MacFarlane? Well, I admire his tenacity and his passion, his ability to complete the things that he wants to do, but oh my god, is he fucking full of himself. Like, keep in mind, I do everything on my show, but that's because I don't have the time, resources, or money to pay people to do it for me. But with him, he just does everything because he just wants to be everything. And I can respect that, for sure, but that means that people don't tell him when he's doing something stupid, because he's in charge of everything. So, it's like, I have nothing against the guy. Like I said, I admire his passion and tenacity, but I think he really needs to get his head out of his ass. No, I don't watch Doctor Who. It doesn't interest me. I'm pretty sure Caillou was on Family Channel as well, but like I said, I never watched Family Channel when I was a kid. My least favorite Family Guy character would be Brian. Fucking hate him. I mean, like, recurring character. Prince of Egypt's amazing. I don't really like the songs in it all that much. Not that they feel out of place necessarily, it just seems unnecessary for the most part. But yeah, Prince of Egypt is incredible. It's my favorite DreamWorks movie. How do I decide what I'm gonna do for monthly reviews? I don't know. Basically the way I choose is by my own want to do it, how many people have suggested it, and if I think it could be fun to do something like that. My favorite place to eat? Any place that serves good steak and potatoes. I hate romance, so no. I fucking despise romance with every fiber of my being. Do I hate DreamWorks? No, of course not. I don't like everything that they've made, but I don't hate DreamWorks. How do I feel about my mom being in the show? Well, if I didn't want her to be in the show, I wouldn't ask her to be in the show. My favorite SpongeBob character is Squidward. And, least favorite? Probably Pearl, to be honest. I mean, I haven't watched all the new episodes, but yeah, it's probably Pearl. Am I having fun with the Animaniacs month? Yeah, I guess. It's because of the amount of scrubbing I've had to do and how slow the channel's been and the fucking ad revenue being so dry and shallow right now. It's really, really more demoralizing to run a YouTube channel right now. It sucks ass. So it's fun to make the reviews, I guess. But, I don't know, it's not as fun as it used to be. Not nearly. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't really watch Caillou, so, yeah. Yeah. I'll probably catch up with Samurai Jack, assuming it's not fucking spoiled to me by Rise and Fall. I'll probably watch it. I mean, I'll definitely watch it. I'm gonna do a Mini Mondays follow-up on it once it's done. But I mean, like, watch everything. Come on down to the Olive Garden to get your free breadsticks. If the breadsticks don't have cheese on them, I'm not really interested. Phantom Strider seems to hate DreamWorks? Really? I didn't know that. Will I review Sing? I don't know. What does scrubbing mean? Okay. So, I don't know if I invented this necessarily, but I've never heard anybody else say it, so I'd like to go on the assumption that I invented it. But scrubbing, or a scrubber, is a vernacular that I use for a YouTuber who tries to get views and subscribers from someone bigger than them, by being overly polite and nice and everything like that, to gain their favor. So I call it scrubber because it's like you're scrubbing the floors of the big guys, to gain their favor. That sort of thing. So, yeah, being a scrubber is really embarrassing sometimes. It's like, well, okay, I don't want to name names, but basically I was talking with this larger YouTuber. He had about 70,000 subs when I messaged him at first, and he was really polite to me. I asked him if maybe I could work on a Kingdom Hearts episode with him, because I fucking love Kingdom Hearts. I was doing a marathon at the time, and he said he hadn't quite been able to do a Kingdom Hearts episode yet, despite him wanting to do one, and he said once he figured out how to do one, he would let me know if he was going to collaborate with me or not, and I said, okay, cool. So then a few months passed, and his channel blew up insane, and he passed 100,000 subscribers, which was like, great, awesome, congrats. And then I messaged him about a week ago, because in one of his videos, he said, okay, I'm working on a Kingdom Hearts episode now, and I was like, sweet. So I'll message him and say, hey, you want to do that now? So I messaged him repeatedly, and ignored. Completely. Just 100% ignored. And it's like, oh, well, okay, so just because you're at 100k subs now, that gives you the right to ignore people? Yeah, so that's what I mean by being a scrubber. It can be very embarrassing and demeaning sometimes. I shouldn't say I hate Ashi, but I don't like her. I just don't, okay? The show, like I said earlier, needs to be Jack, his sword, and Aku. Any other elements completely sours the experience for me. Do I have the Gravity Falls 3DS game? Yes, I do. And it sucks. Sucks hard. Do I think that one girl who interviewed me is a scrubber? Oh, do you mean Soul Brigadier? I don't think she was a scrubber. No, she asked me politely. And a scrubber, to me, is someone who's, like, really, really desperate to work with them. So, no, when she asked me if she could interview me, she wasn't desperate or anything. So, no, she was just extending her hand. She wasn't scrubbing. So, yeah. How much cash would someone get paid for getting 1 million views? Well, it used to be... Okay, so it was usually... The rule of thumb was about $1 US dollar per 1,000 views on a video. Roughly. Or so. Now it's about 60 cents per 1,000 views on videos because... So, okay, so 1,000. So 1 million. So you'd make about $1,000. Can I name someone who was a scrubber? Yes, I can. But I'm not going to. Because it's on YouTube, it's really not a good idea to sour your relationships with people, because that shit spreads fast. I'm not trying to be like PewDiePie or Markiplier by saying YouTube drama's ruining things, but then never name names or anything like that. I'm just saying, when you are in my position, it's best not to ruffle anybody's feathers, because you never know how far that shit can spread. I'm pretty sure Delta State's already on my list. Do I avoid a cartoon if there's a kid character? No, not at all. Most characters in cartoons are kids, actually. So no. It's... Yeah, no, I don't avoid them. Is it hard to do interviews? No, not really. The only hard thing about it is the repetition. Like, just... It's like these Q&A sessions, just answering the same fucking questions over and over and over again. It's that sort of thing. So it kind of preys on your tedium, I guess. But hard? No, I wouldn't say it's hard. It's not very hard to talk. Do I have Breath of the Wild amiibos? I have a Breath of the Wild amiibo, which is the Rider Link one. I have a couple other ones, like the 30th anniversary Zelda Ocarina of Time one, which is super nice. And then I have the Sheik one, which was gifted to me by someone at EB Games, which was nice of him. And then I have the Smash Brothers Link one as well, which is not as well constructed, but I still like it, regardless. Yeah, I played through Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, and I tried to get into the one on Wii, whatever it was called, but I just couldn't get into it. Yes, I have 5 jobs. So, I'm a computer repair person. I do YouTube videos, which takes a significant chunk of my time. I do background acting as well. Then I do live streaming like this. And then when I have some seconds to spare, I do animations too. Which I have not had a second to spare in in over a year. What have I done that was tedious? Well, these streams are pretty tedious, I'm not gonna lie. School was really tedious. Trying to get my driver's license was pretty tedious. Pretty much everything to me. Life, in general, is pretty tedious. Editing is fucking tedious as all hell. But it's that kind of tedious that you can see that you're making progress, so it doesn't stop you from doing it. As long as you have some modicum of motivation. Favorite 80s movie? I don't know. Haven't really watched many 80s movies. Have I ever killed anybody? Well, if I had killed somebody, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be in jail, wouldn't I? I'm not good at keeping a secret like that. If I actually killed somebody, I would not be able to keep that a secret. I've almost been killed a couple times, but I've never even come close to having the killing intent for anybody at all. Will I do a YouTube channel crossover soon? Yeah. Eventually. Hopefully. Assuming things don't fall apart. No. I fucking hate fanfiction with every ounce of my being. And I'm not talented enough to draw fan art. So, yeah. Spookerwookers, yeah. Have I ever fought anybody? Yes. I did get into a fight when I was in high school with these fucking bitch girls who were super mean to me all the time. Like, I was bullied in high school a shitload because they wanted to talk about boys and makeup, I wanted to talk about video games and quantum physics, and they wouldn't leave me alone. They followed me home from school one day, and I had a friend at the time who was not my friend for much longer. Think his name was Alex. No, Andy. It started with an A. I'm pretty sure it was either Alex or Andy. I had a friend at the time, and he was walking home with me. He was gonna come to my house, and these girls would not stop following us and yelling shit. And so eventually they started getting too close to me, like following right behind me. So I turned around. I had my big heavy ass book bag with textbooks and shit, and I turned around and I smacked the girl in the head really hard with my book bag. Smacked her so hard she fell over. And so her friend punched me in the face, and I kicked her in the stomach. And Alex ran away. I think his name was Alex, but anyway, he ran away. And, yeah. And then I basically kicked them a couple more times. And then I ran home, and was really upset. And they got suspended for following me, and I got a stern talking to. Will I review Batman Brave and the Bold? I don't know. Okay, I don't know. How many cartoons can I think of being considered perfect from start to finish? Nothing's perfect. Ever. Well, I might seem... Do I seem nice? Do I? Not right now. I haven't eaten anything, so I'm grumpy as shit, but... I try to be a nice person, but you have to come to grips with the fact that most people who you watch on the internet are most likely complete dicks. If you just assume, I mean, keep in mind that things are heavily edited. They show you what they want to show you. They don't ever want you to see the bad side of them to lose your favor, and that's why it hurts all the more when you see someone you respect do something shitty. I have never, ever tried to convince people that I'm anything other than a giant cunt. I try to be nice to people, but that doesn't mean I can't be a huge flaming cunt at times. Because people are fucking cunts. So, yeah. What happened to Alex, if that was his name? He didn't show up for school for like 2 months, and I thought it was my fault, but then it turns out he had mono and strep throat at the same time. He got really, really sick, and then he transferred schools. So I never saw him again. Oh no, that's not true. I saw him one more time. He was working at McDonald's. Ooh, hey, Sensei. I saw him, and I was like, hey. And he was like, hey. So can I get a quarter pounder with cheese? That was the last time I saw him. I don't even know if he's alive anymore. No. I don't make news. I'm not a news channel. I'm not fucking scarce. Hate scarce. No, see, fans, they kind of piss me off, so I don't do anything fan-related. Fanfics, the only thing I really partake in is fan art, and only of me, and I know that sounds really, like, lame, but I just hate that kind of shit. Except when it's of me, then I love it, because it shows me that people care. Do I have Kmart? No, Kmart's not a Canadian thing. Do I miss Alex? No, I don't. That was the first time I thought about him in like 6 years, so no. Well, yeah, doing something like this can make me a bit pissed off, because like I said, it's very annoying to have to repeat myself 1 billion times. So, yeah. No, I'm not going to do episode-by-episode reviews. They're fucking redundant, and I think it's just view grubbing, in a way. Sure, it would get me views, but it's like, oh, wow, this episode was so cool. You don't have any context for the rest of the season. That's why people shat all over the first half of BoJack Horseman. When they were like, oh, this show's mediocre. And it's like, could you give it some time to get fucking started before you go criticizing it all over the place? So, yeah. Did I make the girls bleed? I don't remember. I think I might have cut the girl's face where I hit her with my bag. I was bleeding, like my lip was cut. I think, though. It was a long time. What's my favorite holiday? Halloween! I love Halloween. American Dad, for sure. How long will this live stream last? Another 15 seconds. Because I have to go get dinner. Because I need to eat really bad. Why do I hate Scarce? Well, I used to like Scarce. I watched him a lot. But then, over time, I realized that he is a complete waste of time. And then he made that video where he said he had to smoke like 3 bowls of pot just to get ready for a video, and he had to speed up his audio, and he went and made that fucking ridiculous sex tape with Zoe fucking Berger, and I was just like, fuck this. If it was on like CNN or something like that, I would just be like, alright, fuck this show. Like, people still trust him for his source of news. I think. I don't even know anymore. But it's like, how can you excuse that kind of behavior from someone who's supposed to be a trusted source? So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, so that's it for tonight's stream. Thanks for watching. Hey, Sensei. Yeah, so next week will be more Kingdom Hearts, more Ventus's story. We'll be going to Disney Town, hopefully. Yeah, so thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you next week. Have a good night, everybody.